All right, in this video, let's do a quick recap of everything we have covered in this course. We started out installing Java and starting JShell with the command prompt, and then learning how to exit JShell. We learned how to run some basic Java commands, create some Java variables, create methods, learned how JShell manages Scratch variables on its own, and then we also learned some JShell commands in order to navigate our session and learn how to recall commands, re-execute commands, look at the history, look at the list and all that stuff. We also learned about forward references and how it affects methods in JShell. We learned how you can use certain variables and certain methods before actually declaring them. And we learned it was actually essential when you're working in a command line environment like JShell. We also dived deep and learned how JShell actually works. We learned how you have commands that execute in the context of a top-level class that JShell maintains in the background. We learned about exceptions. We learned about imports, a lot of the common stuff that you typically deal with when you're working on Java classes, but here you deal with it in a command line environment. We also learned how to write object-oriented programming with JShell. We learned how to work with classes and instances. We learned how to create classes, and we learned how to edit them using the built-in editor. And then we looked at some advanced JShell commands. We learned how to create JShell scripts. We learn how to save them and open them directly from JShell. We learn how to create startup scripts so that you have some basic preset environment configuration whenever you start your JShell session. We also learn how to use some external libraries. We downloaded an external library and added it to the class path so that it's available in our JShell session. So this was a basic introduction to JShell and how you can use JShell in order to prototype, in order to write some basic code, in order to learn Java. So hopefully this gets you comfortable using JShell as a tool. You're not going to be doing a lot of development with JShell, obviously, but when you're working on like a full-blown IDE, you're writing code there, but then you have some basic things that you want to try out. You don't want to get into the process of creating a new class and all that stuff. You can use JShell as a parallel window in order to run these and experiment quickly, and then you always have the option of taking that code back and pasting it into your IDE. That's how I've been using JShell since it's been introduced, and I think it's a great way to try out basic stuff, which I wouldn't even explore if it was in the context of an IDE, because it was so much of a pain to get all those things set up in order to run it. Now I have a quick tool that I can use to just type in some quick commands, run it, and if I like what I have, I can always paste it back into the IDE. So this was JShell Basics. I hope this was helpful. I hope this encourages you to try out more commands and use JShell as a part of your development workflow. As always, thanks for watching.